All right, folks, I got to watch TikTok stuff again. This tortured video, this tormented, sad little video is brought to you by the happy people at Genucel. Go to Genucel.com/ClavanYT to get 70% off all your skincare orders. So this week on the Andrew Klavan Show, I talked about the Summer of Girl, which is the summer in which Taylor Swift and Barbie just dominated the culture. And I explained what all that means. So we wanted to find out what Taylor Swift and Barbie fans were doing. And where did we go? We went to TikTok. Why? Because my producers hate me and they want to torment me. This is a Taylor Swift fan is doing. This is from this week. This is like news right this week on TikTok. This is a Taylor Swift fan.
With me to the Eras Tour in LA is someone who still doesn't care to be infected with COVID. Here's what's in my bag. If you want to see all the details, there's a whole video on that. But don't look at the comments. It is a cesspool of ableist garbage. Anyway, I decided that if I was going to go at all, I was not only going to keep myself safe, but give others the option to keep themselves safe as well. So I brought a bunch of extra masks. Spoilers, no one took me up on it, but I was moving pretty quickly through crowds because, I didn't want to spend a lot of time in crowded spaces. As this pandemic yet again surges, this time unabated, I definitely had a lot less information going into this than, say, some of my workspaces. And since I'm going alone, I have to be ready to handle not only airborne mitigation on my own, but also any of my usual chronic illness symptoms that may come up. I use Lear's xylitol nasal spray, as well as kept the PORE, P-O-R-E, personal HEPA filter close at hand, on top of the usual face mask, which, as you can see, I accounted for in my makeup routine.
Getting the feeling from this going to a Taylor Swift concert, it's kind of like being in World War I. Like you go, it's like, masks, there's gas, we're being gassed. So, I'm having a hard time reconciling. Now, she says she has chronic illnesses and maybe that puts her in danger of catching COVID, but she is going to a place where every single female human being on the planet is going to be. So if she's that afraid, why not stay home? And if she's not that afraid, why not just go? Because the mask ain't going to protect you. Nothing's going to protect you in that crowd if that's what is happening. It's funny. One thing I haven't heard about is these concerts of Taylor Swift's have been packed. They've been huge. They've been enormous. People are going and weeping, spreading fluids all over the place. They're going as friends. They're staying in hotel rooms together, packed all together. I haven't heard of a new big spread of COVID, or if I haven't heard of a new big spread of COVID by women who are dressed in pink and keep singing, "We are never getting back together." Let's see some more. She actually gets there.
If you're wondering whether or not middle-aged men will still call you if you wear a mask, the answer is yes. Could not have asked for better weather, including a breeze, which I took as a good sign, because when I researched SoFi's ventilation prior to getting my ticket, I found that it was literally designed to harness the ocean breeze. You actually cannot close parts of the stadium. These are the CO2 readings from inside the stadium. I'm gonna leave the sound on just so you can get an idea of how much people are screaming around me. If you're new to the idea of measuring CO2 in a space, it's a tool we can use as a proxy for the amount of exhalation that is hanging in the air. Since I do not want to be infected, I want to avoid people's exhalation, which is also what keeping the air filter so close to me helps with. As you can see, none of these things really interfered with how much fun I had. But my air filter needed a little charge, which is no problem because it can charge with the same stuff that charges my phone. So yeah, taking precautions on these nights is not necessarily the easy fun I wish it were, but is it doable? Yes. I'd never pretend it's easy to exist right now, but can it be done? What I can say is I've never gotten it and still tested negative now, so that's gotta count for something.
That's a self-perpetuating mythology. That is, it's actually kind of sad in a way. I kept kind of a terrible thing to think, but I kept wondering, sometimes at concerts they light, lighters, they hold up lighters, and I just thought it would be interesting if all the CO2 just exploded. But I think the idea, it's interesting. She hasn't gotten COVID, and she's terrified of it. Is there some reason to think she's going to die of it? I mean, people who get it mostly get better. People her age mostly get better. There's a very sad video. Really, I feel bad laughing at it, but I can't help myself. I can't help myself. You know why? Because I'm basically cruel. I'm basically a cruel person. I don't know what to say. There should be a public official who could be prosecuted for what they did to people.
I think appropriate, so...
These are people, obviously, this is not the most stable person in the world. There should be a guy, I don't know, just somebody with an Italian name who should be prosecuted. Because that's the way I feel about Italians. That if I can find an Italian to blame, an Italian-American to blame for this, I think that person should be put away and not just fired, but actually penalized in some some way, but that'll never happen. When you look in the mirror, do you see dark spots? Well, they're not going away on their own. Genucel's Dark Spot Corrector is here. The Dark Spot Corrector with 3 cutting-edge ingredients gets to work fast by targeting sunspots, dark spots, liver spots, and even old discoloration, both on your face and hands. You will be amazed at how quickly you'll see results. You can now enjoy your summer sun, beach, and barbecues without embarrassing spots. With Genucel, you'll see the results or your money back, no questions asked. Go to Genucel.com/ClavanYT right now. Get your dark spot corrector with the new Genucel most popular package. Say goodbye to those pesky spots tomorrow. They are offering free shipping, free returns, and the best luxury skincare you've ever used, all at 70% off. All orders will also include a mystery luxury gift while supplies last. That's Genucel.com/ClavanYT. All right, let's see what people are going to the Barbie movie.
I don't remember the last time I went to see a movie because I don't love going to the movie theater. But I'll tell you what, it pisses me off that I can't go see Barbie. I want to go see it. Even if it is white feminism, I want to be able to go. So I'm doing a thing. And if you live in the Pacific Northwest, you can do a thing with me. Here's what it is. Next week, I am renting out a theater in Northwest Portland. The entire theater. The whole theater. The theater seats 46 people, I think. We're only going to do 20 tickets. So me and 19 other people. That's it. If you show up because you bought a ticket, I need to see a KN94 well-fitted or a 95 well-fitted or a P100. And if I see a baggy mask, I'm going to tell you to take it off and put on one that I hand you. I'm holding onto a bunch of masks. Choose the one you like best. There are no concessions during the movie. They're not even going to open it up. Do not bother bringing food or drinks. You may not take your mask off in the movie. If you need to scratch your nose or you need to take a sip of water, you need to get up, exit the theater, do that, and then come back. They're going to be medically fragile people there. This is their first opportunity in like 3.5 years, so we are not around here, folks. It is a risk. I don't know how else to put that. It is definitely a risk to be in a building for 2 hours. Makes me anxious. But I feel like it's a measured risk and one I'm willing to take. And if there are more cautions that we could take, definitely let me know. I'm excited, I think, for Barbie. Did not expect to be saying that.
So many things I want to say about this. What I want to know is this. If she's at risk, if she really is at risk of death, is this really, as they say, the hill you want to die on, going to see the Barbie movie? Not like, it's not going to, I don't know, like a good movie or something. She could become a government official at this rate. She could actually be in charge of the deep state. There are people probably in the Biden administration watching, get me that woman. I want that woman in my government, because she's acting just like the government of the United States. This is what the patriots died for. They died so that woman could go see Barbie in a sterile environment and be afraid for the rest of her life. And by golly, our government has achieved that. So come to the Andrew Klavan Show and hear my show on the Summer of Girl, Barbie, and the Tay-Tay concerts. And just remember, when you come to my show, you have to wear a mask, because I will be breathing on you. And if I can't breathe on you through the actual airwaves, I will come to your house and breathe on you personally. If you don't want to catch COVID and die, like and subscribe to the Andrew Klavan Show, or else you know what will happen.